This is your man, Unique Throne, and this is Wallaby Racing League Tier 4 as we go round the circuit of the Americas. No, this isn't the real F1. This is even better. This is Tier 4, and this is Wallaby Racing League. Welcome, one and all. As I said, apologies for jumping in late. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. If you can't, let me know because we need to get that fixed as soon as possible. But a quick recap, we've got the Alpine of VSX PT with a 132.2. That's a lightning lap. Sitting in first, Cuds P2 with a 133.0. Vettel with a 133.1. Non-stop 133.2. And Mr. Duck Puncher with the 133.5. So that's your top 5 for now. Let's find a driver on a lap as we'll go on board with Restless Orb, who appears to be finishing his lap in the Haas. As we'll ride on board with him, as he heads down to this little bit of a lock up there for him, but he does okay. Where's the sectors? Just missed the timing. My apologies. All right. Just trying to get my sort. Oh, Mason Racing, you're a legend. Thank you. Appreciate you letting me know you can hear me. Welcome to the chat with your Alpine sitting P1 with a lightning lap, mate. You must be happy with that. So that's good to see. As Restless Orb heads into the final corner, where can he put his Haas in their home country? He goes a 146. So I must have missed something on that one, everyone. Let's go down to as Almighty Gob puts his car into second in the kick, 133.0. So can anyone get this Alpine of VSX PT as Casper's now heading through this little tricky section here? You just got to get the car lined up. Took the sandbags out. Well, it's far enough in the season, isn't it? Time to get the sandbags out. Lose a bit of that weight, mate, and get going. This is fun to drive. Flat out. Triple Apex, the Alpine. It was VX again. Did a little bit of a cheeky overtake there. Very nicely done. And little Casper, yeah, can't go any quicker on that lap, unfortunately. Let's go down to the Mercedes of Felzy, who looks to have just started his lap. He goes very nicely through that section. Oh, and he invalidates. We went purple and then he invalidated, unfortunately for him. Mr. War Machine, the other Haas. What's the War Machine got to offer us? Rocking the number 45. We have a different choice of numbers, but War Machine goes down into this slow corner. Hits about 90 Ks. And he's invalidated anyway. Goffey in the Williams. What can Goffey do? He's on my screen. It's telling me it's purple, and he goes wide, but doesn't invalidate. Is he going to back off? He doesn't have much battery. It looks like he might have backed off. So that's the commentator's curse. My apologies, Goffey, when you watch this back later. Didn't mean to, but we shall see. Goffey, all good, mate, Maney. All good. Happy to be here. I was playing the new Mario Party with my wife, so you owe her an apology more than you owe me. If you don't have the new Mario Party, get it. It is amazing. Mario Party Jamboree, it's incredible. Let me just hide this actual screen, actually. No, not that one. This one. There we go. Let me hide that one. Sorry, a bit rusty. Let's hide that one. We don't need that plugging up the screen here as we ride on board with the Ferrari of Cuds, and he is harvesting. So it looks like he's in a lap. Combo Ollie is invalidated. Restless Orb. We're on board with him before. He did 140. Now he's at a 134. And he got a bit squirrely there. He almost looks like he's going to go in pits anyway. There he is, Mr. Goffey. Goffey's just going to pull offside for the Mercedes of Felsie to come through. Doesn't look like... he might be giving it full beans. We'll stay on board with Felsie. It was quite a quick lap before he invalidated. He said that purple first before he invalidated. So let's see what he's got here. Gets it turned in nicely. Very nice through there. Nice and smooth. Car's not jittering away. Yeah, carries a lot of speed through there. Straight on the power. And then this triple apex corner that you just go flat stick. Full beans. He hasn't got a lot of battery left, but he should have enough to get him there. He's harvesting a little bit, but he should have enough to get him there. And as he will cross the line, he opens DRS and he puts himself into 14th with 134.9. So I imagine they're on tyres. Goffey can't park there, mate, but he's managed to get himself into the pits. So that's okay. War Machine. I missed that. War Machine went up to P2 with a 132.7. Great lap from War Machine. Very nicely done. In the chat, if you... Yeah, man, you can't go wrong with Mario Party, mate. The Jamboree's excellent. Very, very happy. Arthur Seat puts Arthur... Is it Arthur Seat? I think Arthur Seat, because I'm down in the southeast of Victoria. I just think of Arthur Seat down near like Dramana, Safety Beach, but I'm just going to call him Arthur, so that way I don't call him Arthur Seat. But he puts himself into P5 at 133.0. So... Zachary's invalidated, so he'll want to go again. The bus of Wallaby Racing League or just Oceania Leagues in general. Obviously, our partners over at Rapid, Mr. Bajala in the Williams. Definitely a legend. Let's see what he can show us on his lap. We're right on board with Mr. Bajala. If you have any... what time is it? We might be able to squeeze in a quick hot lap request if anyone has one. Any predictions, any advice, let me know. Bajala runs out of battery towards the end of the lap. That would have hurt him in those final phases as Felsie is invalidated. He'll go into the pits. So Chevy Wolves in the Red Bull. Very nicely through there. Takes all the curb. Misses that one. Gets it hooked up nicely. As he goes downhill. Lots of undulations in this track. If you haven't been watching the real F1, you'll definitely see it here where there's plenty of undulations up and down this circuit. It just makes it so much fun and so much interesting to actually drive. And even on a game, you go through corners and one side of the track is a different gradient to the other, and you got to pick your braking zones, as Chevy Wolves does very nicely there. And he sets a purple middle on my screen and then looks to have backed out. Okay, so maybe he's going to recharge and go again, as we've got... Who's first? Pajala will be first. And he looks to be harvesting, so he might be coming into the pits. And I would say they'd be all getting ready for their final push lap. Casper, yeah, looks to be harvesting as well. So, yep, Pajala's coming in. Casper, stay on board. Then we'll go up to VSX PT in the Alpine. Now, Casper's looks like he's going to do a lap. So we'll quickly pop back to him. No, we'll stay with him because he's going to be the first car over the line on this hot lap. Coming up the hill, can brake a bit later, hit that apex nice and wide, get it turned in. It always is good seeing the number 5 on a Ferrari. Same as seeing the number 5 on a Red Bull. It always looks good. Does Vettel's number as he gets it hooked up. Misses that apex, runs a little wide. And then same again there, but seems to be carrying good speed through. Seem to have had it pinned, which is good. And he comes down into this hairpin, the slowest corner. And then just foot to the floor and open that DRS now, and he takes off. Takes off down this back straight with the DRS open. Moving a little bit too much. You want to try and keep this car straight. Take off as little energy as possible. And he gets it turned in nicely there. Little tricky section here. I was just interested to see if he backed off, but no, it looks like he's... Oh, my... Yeah. No, he's invalidated. Anyway, all right, let's quickly jump up to VSX PT as he has invalidated. So we'll go down to... The next one was Zachary, as he was the next one to start a flying lap. Nice through there. Gets it turned in over that curb, and then he'll go up and over and down the hill into the slow... What's that called? A U-turn? I think it's called a U-turn. Hairpin, that's the word I'm looking for. Left for dead, out of fuel. Who was that? Sorry, mate. Who ran out of fuel? Maybe it was... Or was it Casper who we were on board with, was it? Must have been, but someone ran out of fuel. As we'll stay on board here with Zachary. He goes through this little bit, and he does that very nicely, and then it's just this... Nicely, very nice through there, and then it's, yep, the triple apex. You want to try and hit as many of them as you can. Try and keep it nice and tight. Goes down into fourth, flicks it in there, coming up to the last corner, and he'll cross the line, open that DRS, and he puts himself into P10 with a 133.6. Okay, let's see, who have we got next? Starting a lap. Let's go down to Falsey, who's invalidated. Restless Orbs on an out lap. War Machine's on an out lap. Let's go. Who's in the Alpha? Mr. Duck Puncher. He is on a lap. He's got that overtake going. DRS wide open. Uses all the track on entry. Gets it turned in nicely. Very nice. Using all of the track. Turning in from wide. Getting it skinny. Carries a lot of speed through there. Straight on the power. And then can he keep it pinned through here? He can. There's a Haas. Oh, that Haas was in a bit of an awkward position. Duck did well to avoid it and to not invalidate there as well, which is good. He's used his deploy for this lap, so hopefully he can improve. He can't. I think that deploy just cost him a little bit, running out of energy. As Arthur puts himself up into P2 with a 132.5. We've got a War Machine going slow, stopped. Careful out there, War. Don't want to get disqualified, and he's off and running, so he'll be okay. 10 seconds to go in this one. It's really just who can put the best lap together now. Goffey's invalidated. Felty and Kirko in the pits. I know Felty does have a quali ban, so let's see what the Cub can do. So the Cub's coming up to his final lap. A 135.1, he might not necessarily be happy with. The back of the car looks to be just complaining a little bit. So we will see how he can go with this. And he moves up into P14 with a 134.3. Who else we got on laps? We'll go down to, what's this? The other Mercedes, a Felzy, puts himself into P13 with 133.6. The Haas of Restless Orb couldn't improve. He goes a 134.2. Oh, sorry, he did improve, but just not enough. He did improve by 0.4, but just not enough. The Red Bull of Chevy Wolves improved, puts himself up into P8 with a 133.3. That was Duck Puncher finishing non-stop, pulls over. Cuds coming into the final sector as Almighty Gob puts himself into P2. Pajala goes P8. Cuds goes P2 with a 132.29 by 300ths of a second. Very close at the top there. And that is it. We've got War Machine and Arthur in the pits. As War Machine has retired, thank you. That way we can get going quicker, and Arthur will be trundling through the pits. So there we go. We have VXX PT with P1, Cuds P2, Almighty Gob P3, Arthur P4, Vettel P5, War Machine P6, J Swall P7, Pajala P8, Nonstop P9, Chevy Wolves P10 rounds out your top 10 for this one. Duck Puncher P11, Zachary P12, Combat Ollie P13, Felzy P14, Restless Orb 15, Cub 16, Casper 17, Goffey 18, Felty and Kirko in 19th and 20th round out your grid for this evening. As it looks to be dry on my screen. I don't know if there's ever been rain, but you never know. You never know what can happen, but looks to be nice and sunny in the land of the Cowboys. We'll wait for everyone to do their tyre allocation and get themselves sorted and get ready to go. Left for Dead, good to see you in the chat, mate. Thank you for advising about the Ferrari. Hope you were well, mate. As we get ready to go racing, we have 5 lights and off we go. The Alpine and Ferrari take us away. I'm going to get us. Let's look at the tyres to start off with. As majority of the crew are on mediums. It looks to be old mediums. I didn't see anyone really use mediums in the quali, but oh no, there it's updating now. So zero lap mediums. It's just updating now. Apologies if it didn't look the same on your screen, but we have everyone on mediums except for Duck Puncher on the hards and Goffey on the hards. So they're going to be looking to go long. And VSX PT got a good start. Cud's got a good start. Arthur and Vettel have swapped places here. And we'll go down as Arthur. J Swole gets past Arthur as Arthur goes up the inside. This is a horrible camera angle. Let me go to here. As Arthur, J Swole looks to be trying to get past Arthur in the Alpine. And that sort of seemed to simmer out pretty quickly. Let's go down to, so Duck looks to potentially have had something happen. Hopefully his car okay, looks to be intact. DRS is enabled as we've finished a lap already. Let's go back up to this front grouping as VSX holds a 7/10 lead. And as I do that, I miss some moves being done. So there's a good little battle here between Pajala in the Williams and Zachary in the Mercedes. Zachary close enough if DRS can help him. Pajala's trying to hang on to the DRS of the car in front. He's out of that second now. So Pajala's lost that DRS on the train in front. So now what can Zachary do? down this straight. Can he get him? As Pajala's going to use his overtake. Zachary is going to use his DRS. Pajala looks to not really have much of a fight there. He looks to switch him back, but unfortunately just ran out of room there. So Almighty Gob couldn't do much in way of making inroads into Cuds, but Cuds has done a lot of inroads into VSX in the Alpine. So it was 7/10 or something before, but now it's 4/10. So can he sit behind, use this DRS, and make a move on that long back straight, as Cuds has set the fastest lap of the race? TP's in the chat, Maney, Left 4 Dead, any of them. If you need to know something, Falsey has got a speeding in the pit lane penalty already. Unfortunately, I just saw that pop up. As Cuds is probably going to be close enough here to make a move for the lead of this race. So we'll stay on board with this. There's moves going on all over the shop, but we're just going to stay on board here. VSX gets a really nice exit through that section and puts it out to 5/10. Cuds has 100% battery. VSX has got 40, so Cuds with the battery advantage and the DRS, obviously. He's approaching, and he gets that move done nicely into the braking zone. So Cuds moves himself up into P1. We've got Arthur and Jay Swoll swapping places here, but they've lost 2 seconds to the front three during their little squabble. So the front three have really broken away here. Jay Swoll and Arthur have lost out, and obviously Vettel's right behind them, Non-Stop's right behind them, and then there's a 3 second to Pajala. So good little battle groups falling away here. I just wish we were Sky F1 and we can have 3 multiple screens, but unfortunately I can't do that. But no, it'd be nice. But yes, we'll do as best we can, Maxi Boy, to try and get as many of those battles in as we can. I will try my best. As these front three have got a 3 second gap now between them and fourth. Vettel he can practically taste what Arthur had for breakfast. So War Machine picks himself up a penalty. It's not what you want this early on the race. We're on lap 4 of 28. As I said, majority on the mediums. We've got obviously a couple of pitters. So in Casper and the 2 Mercedes, Felzy and Zachary boxing to the hards. I would assume they could potentially go to the end. Who was that? That was Non-Stop making a very nice double overtake on Arthur and Vettel to put himself up into 6, but Arthur fights it back to keep himself in P5. And we've got Pajala and War Machine, Pajala going wheel to wheel. Plenty of space left for each of them. Then Pajala stays ahead. Very nicely done from them too. No contact. Very easy to make contact, and Arthur picks himself up a 3 second penalty as War Machine now is dropped back by 8/10. So it's really this front group now who are streaming away. They've got a 3.5 second gap now to fourth. Cuds has opened up a 6/10 gap, to second. And Almighty Gob in third. That's a good camera angle. Look at that. Keep on that one. That's a nice one. As we see the 3 cars going down the hill into the hairpin. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Nice little helicopter cam. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it, Maxi? I like that. That was quite nice. As we'll concentrate on the racing other than the views. But we've got Non-Stop here trying to break the toe of Arthur and Vettel behind him, trying to close him down. He does that nicely. So he'll lead into the braking zone and stays ahead of those two. War Machine and Pajala are really fighting here, and that's got Chevy Wolves and Combo Ollie involved as Non-Stopper's got ahead of Arthur again. But we'll stay on board with this little battle. We'll try and get a good camera angle. There we go. As War Machine is doing his best to overtake Pajala. He's just got to be patient, get a good exit, use his DRS when he can. But we know how wily of a fox Pajala can be, and he just... That Williams will seem like it is 3 cars wide at some stages, but War Machine's just got to be patient here. So does Chevy Wolves and Combo Ollie, for that matter, as well. It'd be very easy to try and push and overtake, but sometimes, as we know, you can push and overtake and you can end up in the wall. But we don't want any walls. We don't want that for these guys. We want nice, clean overtakes, as we'll stay on board after this hairpin. Can War Machine get the move done as they come flying down the straight? Pajala making his move to break the toe, making his move back to the braking zone. And really nice defending there from Pajala. War Machine did everything it could. And he sticks it up the inside. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like maybe a bit of contact. But that allows Duck Puncher, who started on those hards with Goffey, up into 12th position. So no safety cars, and lap 7 have really helped Duck Puncher and Goffey really make some moves on these other guys in the mediums. Let's quickly just jump back up the top with Cuds, VSX, and Almighty Gob, as they've got a 6-second lead now. 7 seconds it just jumped to. So 7 seconds. There is a safety car. War Machine is unfortunately out of this race. Where's War Machine gone? Oh, you don't like to see it. But this has caused a full course safety car. So Falzy's going to jump in the pits. He's jumping in. I would assume potentially he's going to clear that 10-second that he had earlier. Yes, very much a commentator's curse, Mr. McIntyre. But yeah, my bad. Yeah, can't win them all. I'm sure I will cop a bit for that, but that just settles things down a bit. So these medium runners, what do? Do they come in? Do they box? They put on hards and try and go as long as they can, or do you reckon these mediums are sitting nicely? As we can see, Cuds looks just cruising along. We're just going to wait until he goes near the pit lane. Ultimate Ferrari. Yeah, wet. 100%. Gonna rain. Why not? And you know what? Knowing this game, the wets would be fire. So, no, as we see, Cuds has come in, VSX has come in, Gob has come in. I would expect all the medium runners to come in, put on a box of hards. Oh, sorry, a set of hards. As let's watch a Red Bull pit stop. As we'll go on board with Chevy Wolves. In he comes. Those men get to work. Hards on. Boom, straight out. Nicely done. Goffey's in the pits. He started on hard. So what's Goffey going to put on? Duck Puncher stayed out. So Duck Puncher's gone up to 4th on those hards. Goffey's going to put on a fresh set of meds. VSX and Cuds have just got disqualified. Did I see anyone else see that? Yeah. Cards and VSX have just got disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. I don't know what happened there. Cade, I don't think that was the ultimate Ferrari strap, but can you let us know what the hell just happened there? That was weird. We might need Goffy. Yeah, I'm trying to work it out, mate. Cuds, mate, what happened there? Did you pass the safety car? So safety car didn't go. Yeah, okay. And then you just, yeah. Cuds agree. The game is cooked, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, mate. Yeah, we've had it before where, yeah, unfortunately, if you pass the safety car, it just, yeah, disqualifies you like it would, normally. Unfortunately, safety car wasn't moving. I'm just seeing, guys, according to, yeah. And non-stop is up into P1. So he's got himself up there as a duck into P3. Yeah, it looks like, yeah. Yeah, got to be careful with the safety car sometimes. Sometimes it sits there and, yeah, you just gotta be slow going up to it. You can't pass it otherwise. There's unfortunately it is a game, and there is no room for interpretation with some of these little things that happen. Yeah, sucks, guys. Unfortunately, yes, Cade, the Aston Martin safety car doesn't have the same acceleration as some of these cars going around, so it may not have been going fast enough. I feel for you, Cuds and VSX. Sucks it wasn't moving. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. Go. Yeah. Yeah. When you approach it too quick, sometimes it doesn't give you enough time. But to your point, Kate, I think as well, if you box, as you said, it will stop when you're on the other side of the track. And then when you box, it just gets a bit confused as when to go. So we will go back to the live action. As I said, feel free Cuds and VSX. But we will go back to live action with non-stop. Your race leader, Hoffy, mate, if you can go away, that'd be good. But non-stop has control of the field. Right on board with Gob, as he's right behind non-stop, as non-stop's going to go right to the end. Gob saw it coming the whole way. Now, and Duck Puncher hold on? So obviously everyone else is boxed. Duck Puncher hasn't. So Duck Puncher started on those hards. So he will be looking to try and make a big gap for himself to box into as we all survive turn 1s and 2 with Gob right behind non-stop. Yeah, the RBs are cooking. They are. They really are. They are doing really well with non-stop in first and J Swole in sixth. They're doing a really good job for their team. Their team principal, Magic Shot, actually, my apologies. I was trying to think who their team principal was. But as Almighty Gob for the kick, he's going to try and do his best. Actually, as we see Vettel all over the back of Duck, he makes it. Oh, he makes a nice move, but Duck is wily to that. And as they're just going side by side here, he's going to be stuck on the outside. Unfortunately, is the McLaren of Vettel. But he's looking to get past the Aston Martin of Duck Puncher as quickly as he can, as Duck Puncher has lost DRS. Oh, no, he's just gained again. As DRS is enabled, Duck Puncher is 9/10 to the car ahead. He'll want to stay in that DRS with Vettel sweating all over him as Pajala and Arthur goes up the inside of Pajala, and Jace Swole will be looking to get involved in this action as come through this little section as non-stop, our race leader picks up a 3-second time penalty. So he will be looking to do it. He has Vettel gets past Duck Puncher into the braking zone on the outside. Very nice move from him there. And then he's got DRS still, so he robs that up and he'll skip away and try and get these guys as Gob makes a move for the lead on non-stop. So Gob now into the lead, Vettel up into P3. J Swole gets past Pajala up into... No, sorry, my apologies. Pajala gets past J Swole up into P6. As J Swole gets past by Combo. So Combo goes up on the outside, and now Chevy Wolves will be looking to get involved in this action a little bit. And we've got Goffey sitting here in P10 on those fresh mediums. So can he make those last to the end? He's either going to need a safety car or make them last, as we've got Arthur now stalking Duck Punch, who also has DRS. Arthur with the fresh tyres goes up the inside, and he gets past Duck Puncher up into P4, as there's still a bit of a gap, as we've got a Felty Rabbit going slowly. He seems okay. We've also got a Zachary down there as well. They both don't appear to have damage, so not sure what happened there, as we've got a Casper. Oh, and we just watched that. He's lost a wing. And yeah, he has lost his end plate. So he will be struggling now through some of these high speed sections. Yeah, Maxi, they come out of the pits, and yes, Ox, we can see pens. I will quickly show you the pens. So we've got Non-Stop, Arthur, Felzy, and the Cub, all on 3 seconds. There was a few that had 10 seconds in there. I think Felzy just had a 10-second, but he cleared that on the safety car. So all the pens that are on there are just 3 seconds, which is good. These boys have done well. They've done really well, and yeah, Maxi, they as Felty just picks up a 3-second penalty. Maxi, the safety car was stopped, and it just didn't get going quick enough, and the boys coming out of the pits just, couldn't do much, unfortunately. As Jace Swole and Combo getting stuck in, which we're going to go wheel to wheel. Who's going to have to yield? Oh, as that J Swole has a little bit of a spin, and Combo Ollie has a little bit of a slowdown period as well. And that brings Mr. Goffey on those mediums up into P8. As Gold picks up a 3 second. So your two race leaders with 3 second penalties now. They do have a 3 second lead over Vettel in third. And there's a safety car. Zachary has died somewhere. Let's have a look here. Around about here. Looks through these little S's. He might have just lost it and found a wall. So back under another safety car. Boys, if you're listening, just be careful as the safety car is stopped. Make sure we take plenty of caution. Don't need more cars out. Zachary, if you're listening, mate, we can actually hear you in the game. In-game audio, Zachary. If you can just whack that one off, please, man. I know you're in a party, but you can also hear you in-game, in the lobby. So please, fix that. Left 4 Dead, if you can tell your man to fix his audio, that'd be good, please. But they don't box. So we've got Gob, Stop, Non-Stop, Vettel, Arthur, Duck. Yes, obviously he's going to box. So he's going to put on his fresh set of mediums. So he was on those hards from the start. So we've also got Felzy coming in. He's going to go to fresh. They're fresh. No, they're 4 laps old, but that's okay. They're 4 laps old hards. That'd be good. Mr. Rabbit's coming in. He's going to go fresh mediums. We've got Kirko on fresh mediums. And little Casper. I assume he just boxed. He must have boxed before. So they will sort themselves out again. As Kick of Gob is leading from Non-Stop. I will just remind everyone of those pens. They're all 3 seconds. Gob, Non-Stop, Arthur, the Cub, Felzy, and Felty, Rabbit, all 3 second pens. So we can see the top 12 have just done that one stop. We've got Felzy on 3, and then Felty 2, Kirko 2, Will Casper 2. So, a couple looking to make some moves. Up this order. We've got a pretty split, from, talking about the RBs cooking before. We've actually got the Williams cooking now. And this safety car probably helps out Goffey in those mediums. I don't know if they'll last till the end, but you know what? Goffey's going to give it a good shake. And that's what you want. He's going to give it a good crack. And then obviously you're going to have Duck Punch now. He's currently in P12 on those fresh mediums. He's going to be looking to make some moves now up the field in his Aston Martin. And then these pens will come into play. How do I mute? Does anyone know in chat? I can't. Does anyone know how to mute someone in game when I can't get to them? We have someone with talking in game. Sorry, boys, I'm just jumping in. I'm sorry to everyone who is in the lobby who can hear that. This is really annoying. If anyone can get in contact with Zachary Serato or Left 4 Dead and tell him to turn his game volume off, I cannot hear anything because he's talking. So yeah, my apologies if what I say is rambling because I can't hear myself think with his voice, and I'm sure the guys driving can't as well. So, Lefty, if you're hearing, mate, thanks, Pumpkin Wind. Yeah, if you can message him and just let him know, we can hear everything he's saying in the lobby because he's DNF now. So, as we will get ready to go racing, so Gob will have control of the field. As Gob will take control of this field, and he will lead from non-stop. And then we've got Vettel in the McLaren in P3. So that's your top three going to this. The top two do have those 3-second pens. Can they keep it together and get enough of a gap, or will that McLaren driver be able to keep it on track as well? We will see. So Gob gets ready to go, and Gob is off. So Gob is off. He leads from non-stop, leads from Vettel, and then we've got Arthur in there behind, and then the Williams of Pajala. So again, a nice clean start as Jay Squall looked to be trying to go up the inside of Combo Ollie. We've got Duck Puncher already made his first move on the Cub, as Felzy also gets through on the Cub as well. So Duck Puncher on those fresh mediums wants to try and use that pace as best he can. Pumpkin Wind, you're a gem, mate. Appreciate you. You're a legend. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, much appreciated. As we have 13 laps to go, including this one. And they head down that back straight. Obviously, DRS is not open just yet, but it'll be open on the next lap as we see non-stop pulling out of the slipstream just a little bit, potentially just cooling the engine a little bit. As we'll go down, we've got the Cub who's made a move on Felzy, and Felzy coming around the outside. They go wheel to wheel. Felzy slows a little bit. Not sure what happened there. So Felzy back down, and then we've got Kirko and the Cub, and there's all sorts going on here. As Felty Rabbit comes out of it cleanly. We've got Kirko in there, we've got Felzy in there, we've got Casper and the Cub. There's cars all over the track. They don't seem to be following a specific racing line, but that's okay, as the Gob, Almighty Gob, up the front has broken DRS. And on my screen, it's saying safety car. But obviously there isn't a safety car, so we will just ignore that, I think. And we'll just pretend that it doesn't say safety car. So, unless, yeah, no, they seem to be going full pelt, so there is no safety car, so that's fine. Nah, you're right, Zachary. It was it was a bit weird, but I know you were in a party, and I think you just gave away all your everything you were saying to the other teams in the lobby. So all good, mate. I don't think the stream could have heard you, but I'm not sure. But that's fine. All good, mate. Thank you for turning it off. So I appreciate that. As Arthur has made a move for P3 on Vettel. Now, Arthur still has that 3-second penalty. Pajala makes a move on Chevy Wolves back into P5. So Chevy Wolves made a move on Pajala. Pajala goes back into P5. Vettel's sitting in a good position here. We've got Gob, who's increasing the gap. So he's built himself a little DRS buffer zone of a gap. So he's going to try and push on and try and build a 3-second gap to Vettel. Non-stop has that 3-second as well, so he's going to do his best. We've got Arthur, who's right behind non-stop. with that 3 second as well. And then right behind them is that McLaren of Vettel as Combo Ollie makes a move on Goffey. Casper makes a move on Kirko as Felzy makes a move on Kirko. We just caught the end of that Felzy move on Kirko. So Kirko's down in 15. Casper and Felzy bring themselves up to 13 and 14th respectively. But with this 2 second gap at the front, can anyone catch Gob? Obviously, Nonstop and Arthur are under threat from Vettel as they're going to go wheel to wheel now. Arthur is the one with DRS available. Nonstop moves over to protect his position. Then back to the braking zone. Yeah, just too much speed from Arthur. So Arthur goes through into P2. Vettel couldn't make up much ground on that one, but he'll be slotting behind Nonstop here and try and make a move. He's got to try and get a move on and stick in between that 3 seconds of Gob and not get himself a 3 second to put himself with a chance. As Rapid Bajala and Combo Ollie going at it again. So the Aston looking to get a move. Looks like Chevy Wolves got into P5 ahead of Bajala. Goffey, the Cub, both get 3 second penalties now. That's not ideal, and we do have a safety car. We don't. Yep, safety car is out. So there is a safety car on the track. Not sure what happened. Will Casper, 10 seconds being a pit lane. Looks like he doesn't have a wing. So it looks like, yeah, looks like something happened with Casper there. So he's got himself a lost wing somewhere. Arthur has left the session. Does it, Maxi? Oh, thanks for letting me know. I thought it would go basically straight away, but we do have a safety car now. In case you're confused from before, we do have a full course safety car now. It is out on track, and we've got 10 laps to go, including this one. So we will see. Do these guys box? I don't imagine we'll see anyone box, but this plays into, Duck Puncher, Goffey on those 11 lap old mediums. They will be screaming pretty soon. So this sort of saves him a little bit, which is good. But let's have a look. I don't imagine we'll see them box. Show pens. Yes, sir. They are all just 3 seconds. I have showed them previously. Oh, sorry, the Cub has 6 and the Casper has 13. I lied. But yes, Gob, Arthur, Nonstop, Goffey, Felty, and Felzy are all 3 second time penalties. And the Cub has 6 and little Casper has 13. As what's happening to... Oh, they're in the pits. So we've got a couple of boxes here. As we're just going to have a look at tyres. So Kirko picks himself a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So we've got Nonstop, who boxed from 2nd on the grid. Vettel, who boxed from 3rd on the grid. Pajala, I think, was 6th and then obviously down. And we've got a mix of softs and mediums. So some guys going for pace to make the end of the race interesting. And I think it's quite the call. I can't see what their tyres were on, but look, if I was out there, I'd probably make the same decision. So good on them. Let's go get it and go racing. I think with that, so 5 of the top 6 have all got those 3 second time penalties, and obviously the Cub has 6 seconds. So yeah, very nice. And Felzy's brought himself up into a good position as well in P4, as well as the Cub as well. Yeah, P5. So they will do their best to try and hold those positions, but going to be a lot of grip behind them, that's for sure. Particularly Nonstop on the softs, Vettel on the mediums. Pajala on the softs. You know, a few other guys on softs and mediums. Goffey's gone the softs. So, yeah, we'll make an interesting end to this race. Safety car late. Not sure what that means. Maybe is he saying there's going to be another safety car, or in terms of this safety car is a late safety car? We're going to go one more lap. I thought we could have gone that lap, but no, we're going to go one more lap behind the safety car. Even less laps before the end of this race. So we will see. We will see. We've got a battle between Kick, Alpine. It's been Kick and Alpine basically all race. Now we've got the RBs as well. And McLaren. You know, even the Williams, Aston, they're all up there. All teams are involved. All teams are in with a shot. Unfortunately, you know, the Ferraris were, and unfortunately they obviously had it was a little bit of a mishap, so unfortunate for them. But as we see, Kirko boxing again. So Kirko's going to he's putting on mediums. Not sure if he had to change a wing or not. But that's okay. As we should be going in this lap. Kirko should be able to catch up. Should have enough time to cruise around, catch up to this group. Take another quick look at pens. So 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 3, and then 13 and 10. But Chevy Wolves now is obviously on those hards. He's putting himself in a good position. Again, Vettel on those new tyres has put himself in a good position. He'll have lots of grip at his disposal. It's just going to be whether or not he's going to have the amount of laps and time to do it. I would imagine so, but again, all these guys have got to be patient because safety cars can breed safety cars with the silly stuff that goes on. So I hope they can just keep it clean like they have. It doesn't appear that any of the safety cars have come because of incidents, just people just losing it or something, but let's hope they can keep it clean as we appear we're going in this lap. Might be a late call. It looks like we're going to go for another lap. So another lap round the safety car. There's not much else to talk about really, other than, you know, going for another lap around the safety car. So might do an ode to Skills. An ode to Skills, a dad joke. Skillsy, when do jokes become dad jokes? When they become apparent. There you go, that one's for you, Skillsy. Anyone in the chat, send any predictions of what's going to happen in this last. We'll have probably 6 laps. Kirko's boxed again for a fresh set of soft, so he's going to have plenty of grip at his disposal. Mad Dog, yes, I can do pens again. I did them, but let's have a look. So we got 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 3, 6, then 3, then 3, 3, and then 13. So a couple of 5 of the top 6 have got those penalties. Obviously, Chevy Wolves, you know, Vettel, they've sort of all been up the top. You know, Pajala and Ollie have been there up the top most of this race in that sort of top 7. So they're in the good chances. We will go racing at the end of this lap. Non-stop going to win. Non-stop going to win. Yeah, look, he's going to be rapid on those softs. He's going to definitely have the pace. He's just got that 3 seconds, so he's just got to smash it. He's got, well, after this, he's going to have 6 laps. He's just got to give 6 quality laps, and he might be okay. Yeah, Maney, exactly, mate. Anyone can win this. Anything can happen. How good are those hards? Have they kept enough life in those hards to make them, still grippy enough? Are these guys on the fresh tyres going to be able to smash it through? Has everyone warmed their tyres up? There's all sorts of stuff that can happen. Looks like Gob's gone already. So Gob has gone. Gob's gone. Arthur's gone with him, but not a bad tactic. He does a really good job. He builds that 8/10. So Chevy Wolves has stayed with Arthur here. Felsy's fallen back. Non-stop's already up into P5 as Vettel now is getting involved in this little battle with Non-stop, Cub, and himself. That's terrible camera angle, so we'll go back up to Chevy Wolves. So Chevy Wolves, as Gob is gone. Gob's gone. Gob is gone. He has 1.2 second advantage over Arthur. Arthur's starting to claw that back though. But yeah, Gob did a really good job of getting that restart done, as we've got Vettel going up the inside of the kick of the Cub. And he stays ahead. Of course, no DRS on this first lap. It'll come after this, but yes, Vettel will stay ahead. Pajala now trying to go past the kick of Cub and gets that move done. Combat Ollie now trying to get past Cub. So the hards are struggling a bit. Compared to these fresher tyres. So as we can see now, Non-stop, he's stalking down Chevy Wolves. And then once we pass the checkered flag, as Chevy Wolves goes very wide, and Non-stop goes up the side. We're now, yes, as we pass the checkered flag, not the checkered flag, the lap time, whatever you call it, we now have DRS enabled. So DRS is now enabled. This will help the drivers. So we've got a really good battle here between Chevy Wolves and Non-stop. So Non-stop's going to go around the outside, and he's just going to fall back in line through the S's. He doesn't want to do anything silly. He's got the fresher tyres. He wants to make the most. Gob's broken the DRS. Arthur's broken the DRS from Chevy. And yeah, we've just got this little battle pack of Chevy Wolves, Non-stop. Vettel's now joined, and Pajala and Combat Ollie were looking to join this, as well as Non-stop makes the move on Chevy. Vettel is now side by side with Chevy and using his DRS, not using his battery, but that's okay, Chevy Wolves will just have to fall in behind. So Non-stop up into P3, Vettel up into P4, and then Chevy Wolves now P5, Pajala P6, Ollie P7. Gonna go gap to the leader. So the Gob is still effective race winner by 3 thousandths, as that just changed. So it's getting tight at the top. It's getting very tight. You've got obviously Gob, Arthur, and Non-stop as Arthur gets another penalty. So another 3 second penalty. So that brings him up to 6 seconds as Non-stop makes the move. Can he keep it? He goes around the outside of Arthur and says, "Thank you, I'm into P2." Now he's going to set off after Gob, as Almighty Gob has a 2 second lead. So he'll be hoping to push as hard as he can, as Non-stop has had an issue. Oh no, Non-stop has had a moment. So Non-stop has fallen back to P6. Oh no, P7. Oh no, Non-stop has had an issue. So He's fallen down the order. And that gives Gob a 3.8 second lead over over Arthur and Vettel. So Vettel will be looking to make the move now on Arthur, and he does. He sweeps around, comes in the braking zone. Yeah, does very nicely. So now on those mediums, he's going to try and set off after Gob for the win. Remembering Gob has that 3-second penalty, so he's just got to find 6/10 over 4 laps and not try and do too much. As we'll go down the order a little bit, go down to this battle between Goffey and a lot of other people. So Goffey, Felty, Casper, Restless, Duck Puncher, they're all here. You can throw a blanket over 5 of these cars. They're going everywhere. Goffey seems to be the one that's come through and gets a penalty. So Goffey gets a penalty. Restless, Felty and Duck. Okay, it looks to be Casper's in the pits. So did he have wing damage? He's retiring at the pits. Yep, fair enough, I guess. Jay Swoll gets the position on Felzy. We've got Felzy trying to come back at Jay Swoll. Should get him on this DRS straight. As we've got Duck Puncher making a very nice move on the outside of Felty. Very nice move from Duck Puncher there. Getting past the rabbit that is Felty in the McLaren. Let's go back up to Combo, Ollie and Pajala. These guys have been going at it all race. And Arthur holds it on the outside of Pajala. Pajala holds it on the inside and he just backs out and falls in behind, has a little bit of moment. And that's when Combo Ollie says, all right, if you're not going to take it, I'm going to take it from you. And Combo Ollie gets himself up into P4 as Vettel now is within 3 seconds of the race leader. So Vettel is putting it down. He is chasing after Gob. Gob has that 3-second penalty. Oh, Gumbo Kebab. Thanks for the subscription, mate. Really appreciate you. 13 months, tier 1. Gumbo Kebab, you are tier 1, mate. Tier 1 quality. Thank you very much, sir. You're a legend. Good to see you. Hope to see you back racing soon, mate. We need a bit of kebab in our life. Thank you again. As we'll go back. So, yeah, Vettel is now, as Nonstop picks up another 3-second penalty. So he should be on 6. Vettel is effectively in the race lead. So he's going after it. Pajala, take a quick look at these pens. He might have been able to score himself a podium here. Yeah, so Pajala is also in a podium position as well. So we shall see as we have 2 laps to go. 1.5. And we've got Nonstop going past Pajala. I don't think Pajala has left the session. Oh no. Let me see if I can quickly get him back in. I don't think I have him. If anyone has Pajala that is in the lobby, please invite him back. He's just left. As on the final lap we go, Gob and Vettel down that main straight, 2.1 seconds. Vettel just needs to keep it in that 3 seconds and he gets himself a race win. Combo Ollie in third with those penalties. Arthur and Nonstop with penalties as well. Chevy Wolves has just passed Pajala. Obviously, Pajala has left. Let me see if I can quickly find him. I think I have the great man. No, I don't. My apologies, Pajala. I tried. But no, he's there. He should still pick up his points. And He still should get a really good result and be happy. He drove a great race, but that is unfortunate for him as we'll go back up the top as they close down this final back straight. 2 seconds is the gap. Non-stop makes a move on Arthur up into P4. Arthur isn't going to give this one up though. J-Swell 10-second penalty for cutting corners. You don't want to do that. Arthur comes back at non-stop. Non-stop comes back at Arthur. Great racing. Really good. Pajala has joined, thankfully. Good to see him back in. He's back up into P7 already, which is good. So really good racing as Gob crosses the line. He's going to win the race, but Vettel on penalties will take the victory straight out of his hands and say, thank you very much, Kick. I am a McLaren. I will take that. Combo Ollie in P3. Non-stop P4. Arthur P5. Pajala jumps up to P6. Chevy P7. Duck Puncher P8. J Swole P9. Restless Ball P10. And I will get the others on the other side. Unfortunately, driver of the day is the Cub. He did really well. Unfortunately, there will be no comms, no podium interviews. My apologies. I do have to run to tier 3, but we'll finish off this grid for you. P11 was Goffey. So P10 Restosaur, P11 Goffey, P12 the Cub, P13 Kirko, P14 Felty Rabbit, P15 Felzy, Caspar in P16, Zachary did not finish in P17, Cuds did not finish in 18, War Machine did not finish in 19th, and VSX did not finish in P20. That is your finishing order for Tier 4 around the circuit of the Americas. Thank you, everyone, for being with me. Again, apologies that the stream was late. There will be, unfortunately, no podium interviews. As I said, I do have to run to get Tier 3 sorted. But we will see you shortly. There will be Tier 3 in about half an hour's time. And then, yeah, make sure you follow, hit that subscription button like our Tier 1 Gumbo Kebab did. And yeah, we have Tier 2 on Tuesdays and Tier 1 on Wednesdays. So get in there and enjoy it, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.